So I had always whined about Kelly's uncanny ability to go to any shoe store and immediately spot the most expensive pair of shoes and make a beeline to it. Apparently, I have the same problem when it comes to electric scooters. This week, we reviewed the Inokim Light 2, the other premium electric scooter. By the other, of course, I mean boosted. Roll the intro. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Alright, disclaimer time. This video is not sponsored by Inokim, and although they're nice enough to lend me this fun scooter to ride and test out, all the opinion expressed here is nothing but my own, does not reflect any sort of official endorsement on the part of Inokim. And if you disagree with any of it, that is what the comment section are there for. So if you're looking to buy an electric scooter, a great place to start is the giant electric scooter comparison chart from the e-scooter subreddit. I'll link it here, included in the description below. And as much as I hate spec shopping, that is buying a wheel based on comparing performance specifications, since numbers are easy to fake and design and usability, which I value, is wholly ignored. This is still a good place to narrow down your choices, since everyone and their mom is making an electric scooter these days. Since I'm looking for an electric scooter for Kelly, weight is an important consideration. Actually, it's not just the fact that it's for her. I actually think that it's an important consideration for just about anybody. Because in an urban environment, if you want to use the electric scooter as a means of complementing public transportation, like buses or subways, it's very important that it remain light and easy to carry, so that it's not too much of a pain for you to take it with you. My IPS i5 electric unicycle weighs 17 pounds. Light by most personal electric vehicle standard, but still not something you want to carry around all day. Trust me, I tried. Next, we step up to about 25 to 30 pounds in weight. And with the added bulk of the electric scooter, this gets tiring pretty quickly if you have to walk for any amount of distance. And this, I think, is the reasonable limit on the weight of an electric scooter that is still hand carryable. Any heavier, you'll probably have to mostly ferrying it around in the trunk of your car. By the way, this is my regular Saturday morning trip to Flushing, which is a 10-mile ride on the New York City subway to Flushing. Best place for Chinese food, by the way. And 3-mile rides to my folks in Forest Hills, then a 8 miles ride back home. So a solid test for how a bimodal trip involving public transport will work with the Inokim Light 2. Subway or buses or train for that matter, it's going to be a little bit like a choke point and always going to be the most annoying portion of your commute if you want to carry an electric scooter. You got a backpack full of stuff and you're trying to juggle your wallet, keys, subway cards, and what have you. And if this scooter gets any heavier, it might just be painful enough where you don't want to have it with you, even with the convenience of being able to get to where you need to get to quicker at the end of your subway trip. So one of the things I learned taking philosophy was the importance of definition. It's hard to have a discussion without clearly narrowing down what it is we're actually discussing. Let's have a quick chat about priorities. This being the real world where resources are finite, during the product development cycle, inevitably something has to give. So this is what I mean. You have design, performances, and value. You can't have all threes. Something always have to be prioritized. For instance, this is where I think the Xiaomi scooter sits. Yes, it has a nice design. However, the main driver for the development of that scooter was value. They want to make sure that it is accessible to as many people as possible. On the other hand, this is where I would place the boosted rev. Yes, it has a nice design, which I do love. Above all else, that was a scooter all about performances. And this is where I would place the Inokim Light 2. And just to clarify, when I talk about design, I mean a synthesis of form and function, not just what the scooter looked like. This is what I mean. For instance, the distinctive flattened shape of the steering column reinforces the folding hinge in its weakest direction, forward and back. The extension also maintained the same profile to prevent rotation of the handlebar, another common weaknesses of a telescoping handle design. The folding hinge is incredibly robust and designed to cantilever over the board to minimize its folded length, coupled with its aluminum construction, translate to a surprisingly compact and lightweight fold despite it being a full-size scooter. By the way, for size comparison, the Inokim Light 2 is a full 4-inch shorter than the Xiaomi Mi scooter. Design only makes sense if they serve a function. Now, it is a pretty modernist view, but I feel that it especially makes sense on personal transport design since weight and structural rigidity are critical. Now, the fact that the scooter is 4-inch shorter and 10 pounds lighter may not seem like a lot. However, I suspect any photographer who have ever paid for a carbon fiber tripod will tell you that could very well be the difference between you carrying a piece of gear and have it available when you need it versus leaving at home because it's just too cumbersome, heavy, and difficult to stow. The same design thinking also extends to the function of the scooter as well. A light kickstart is needed but feel less jarring than using the often torquey electric motor from a dead stop. It's a motion I instinctually perform even on my electric unicycle that does not require it. The acceleration curve is also significantly more gentle than most other scooters I have tried, which coupled with its low deck height inspire confidence in its stability. And the sense of calm and planted feel continues all the way up to its unadvertised max speed of 21 miles per hour, likely as fast as you would ever want to go given the size of its tire and the lack of suspension, which I am sure many of you will point out as a miss on the part of Inokim, especially given the price of this scooter. But that's not really what the Inokim Light 2 was really designed for. It's meant to be a lightweight, compact, and reliable means of short-distance transport in an urban environment. Sure, it'd be nice to have good suspension, however, I suspect that any effective solution will likely add to the weight and complexity of the scooter, which I think takes away rather than complement its intended purpose. The Inokim Light 2 does cover the basics well. Its low deck height keeps the center of gravity low and stable, which with the help of the dual drum brakes bring the scooter to a stop pretty quickly. The pneumatic tire works well to deal with the potholes and the occasional rough pavement. In the few days I had it, and despite the infamously bad road condition we have here in New York City, I had never been bothered by the fact that it didn't have suspension. And I bet you want to know its range. 22 miles? Only if you're 100 pounds going downhill the entire way is usually what I would assume when it comes to manufacturer supplied range estimates. But despite my skepticism, after 8.2 mile ride back to downtown New York over the Williamsburg Bridge and gunning it the whole way in mode 3, the Light 2 still has 50% battery left. How is this possible? The Light 2 also has something that no other scooter offers. A cruise control. It auto-engages after you hold down the throttle for 5 seconds and keep the scooter going at the maximum speed in the mode selected until you press the left brake.
This is like $1,000 option on a high-end touring motorcycle, and as small as it may seem, it really adds to the comfort and premium feel of the scooter.
And that is the impression one gets riding and living with the Inokim Light 2. It is a thoughtfully engineered, beautifully designed and well-crafted electric scooter that is just about perfect when it comes to commuting in a dense city like New York. It's sufficiently smart and modern looking that you wouldn't raise too many eyebrows if you were to attempt to bring it into a old-fashioned law firm, nor would you get any dirty looks if you were to try to bring it to, let's say, a fancy dinner date.
Although the 350-watt motor crawls a bit going up steep hill and certainly takes a bit more time to get up to its top speed than, say, the boosted rev, the emphasis here is comfort, reliability, and safety. This is a scooter that a complete novice can just walk into a store and buy and enjoy. By the way, just so you know, prior to this, Kelly had only ridden the booster rev around the block once and had no other prior experience with an electric scooter. And she certainly taken to the Inokim Light 2 very well.
As a matter of fact, you can do just that because here in New York City, they actually have a retail locations right here, and it's staffed by a real-life human being who can actually answer your question, not just an Amazon robot.
Yes, it is expensive. At $1,300, it's almost as expensive as the much beefier and more powerful boosted rev. However, the trick here is that it somehow is able to squeeze almost as much top speed and range into a much smaller and I would say more civilized package. And like the boosted rev, it is also designed to be easily serviceable. I did not have the time to disassemble the scooter, but all the bolts are easily accessible and there are clear video instructions online on how to maintain and service the scooter. And although the Inokim Light 2 may not be the scooter you take for a group ride with your local e-boarders, to me, it's perfect for just about everything else. Look at the time, I wasted another chunk of your life. I hope you enjoyed the videos, and as always, please let me know what you think in the comment section below, and like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this videos. Until the next one, thank you.